You want to know the number one hack to grow your business? Well, in today's video, that is exactly what I'm going to tell you. So let's jump into this together. Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to Project Passion Productions. If this is your very first time, well, my name is Zachary Ward. I started Project Passion Productions back in April 2019. I love helping you grow your small business. Whether you are just a passionate person who is trying to pursue what you love, then this is the place to be. So go hit that subscribe button if you are that person. So let's jump in today's video. But before I do, I just want to say thank you to each one of you who are watching this, because without you, this doesn't survive. So make sure to keep tuning into these. I thank you each and every time. So let's jump into the number one, not two, the number one hack. Let's do this. All right, so you are ready for that number one hack, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and it's a little bit different than what you might be thinking. And the word that I'm going to tell you, it's actually two words because I can do that. It is experiment or / diversify. So what do I mean by that? One of the things is, if you go watch my previous video, and I'll actually put it up here and you can go check it out as well. One of my previous videos, I talk about some of the things that are going to help you, and one of them is experimenting. And what do I mean by that? When you have a business, a lot of times people are just kind of in their own lane and they do their own thing, but they never like try to experiment with other things or diversify to try and figure things out. So maybe like me, maybe your business really isn't booming at the moment and you're kind of like, maybe this is just not meant to be, or maybe you're whatever's going through your head. What I'm here to ease you with is maybe you just need to switch some things up a little bit. Sometimes it's not even that big of a switch. Maybe it's just a little teeny, that was pretty high pitch, that little teeny thing that you just have to do, and ultimately that's what will help your business grow. And a lot of the things, and I'll be talking about them here in just a second, we're just so kind of stuck in our own ways, and we end up realizing that we missed out on some opportunities along the way that we could have gone for. So that's the number one growth hack, but I want to talk to you about some of the things that we can do with this very growth hack. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so one of the first things that you need to be is willing to change things up. Again, like I said, we're not usually willing to change things up because we kind of have our own mindset and we're like, we got to do it this way, and if we don't do it this way, then I don't want to do this. Like we're like that little kid who's like, no, I'm not, like that. I was childish. But anyways, yeah, we are so in that zone where we're like, we have to do it this way, and if we don't do it this way, then it's not going to work. But the thing is, that's not true. You have to be willing to change things up, especially if it's nothing's happening for like you. Maybe you spend many months, and I will say it does take a lot of time to grow something that you're probably doing, but also you have to be willing to change things up. So maybe you're doing something wrong and you didn't realize it. It's not going to hurt you to change things up a little bit. Like, really, go down in those comments if you differ with me on that, and tell me if you think it's actually going to really mess you up. But I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. So you have to be willing to change things up. Number two, and I really love it, because I don't want you to be stubborn like moi. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you know me, maybe I'm a little bit more stubborn when it comes to this business and stuff. Not exactly the greatest thing, and it hasn't really helped me a whole lot. I've been very stubborn and like, no, I'm going to do it this way, and I'm not going to do it any other way, and I'm not going to change things up. I'm not going to blah, 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 blah. That's what it is. And the thing is, I needed to change things up, and I needed to stop being so stubborn and stuck in my own ways that I forget to take opportunities, and I don't realize that maybe this particular thing isn't working, and I'm like, it's like, when have you ever watched Inside Out, and you're like, the anger when he like just explodes and like fire shoots out of his head? That's kind of what I get like, except I don't really get angry. Anyways, yeah, whatever. But that's the second thing that you need to do to be able to change this up. So let's do number three now. All right, number three, and that is, there are more than one avenues. There's more than one avenue, whatever. There are many different avenues that you can take. Like, say maybe you are just stuck on your Facebook page and you're like, this is the only thing I'm going to use. I don't need a website. I don't need Instagram, blah, 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 whatever it is. Then maybe what you are needing to hear is there are more than one avenue. And the thing is, if you're just stuck in your way, we always go back to those previous ones. If you're just stuck in your own ways and you're not willing to change things up, then guess what? Nothing's ever going to happen. And so you have to remind yourself that, hey, maybe I should try this out and go this different avenue and see if it'll work. what is it gonna hurt, right? And so do that, okay? And the last one, and it is my favorite, of course, it is fail and get back up. Because guess what? You're going to fail. I say this almost in every video, I think. You're going to fail and you have to get back up. And if you don't get back up, then your business will never grow. And that is a problem. And especially with experimenting, you are going to fail when you experiment with different things and you try to switch things up a little bit. But the thing is, it's okay. You're learning. Just like I'm learning, and we're learning together. And so make sure that you're willing to get back up. If you're not going to get back up, then you probably shouldn't even try, right? I mean, if you're not going to get back up, then what's the point of trying? It just doesn't really work. And so you have to remind yourself, and I'm reminding you right now, that if you want to grow your business using that experiment hack that I just gave you, then guess what you have to realize is you're going to fail. And you have to get back up, okay? So make sure to do that. Now let's jump into my next thing, okay? Okay, so maybe you're here and you're asking yourself, Zach, why did this topic get brought up from you? Like, why did you want to talk about this? Well, that is a very good question. Fine human beings who asked me that question. And the truth is, it's like my business has not been really, there hasn't been much traction. And it's like, for some reason, it's not conveying to many people. And I know I don't have the best portfolio because I don't have many clients. Like, I'm not getting anything, and that's mostly on me. That is mostly on me. And the thing is, I'm realizing that there's maybe some things that I want to switch up with my personal business and passion that I love, and I want to talk to you about a little bit of that, so you know that if you were here, and maybe you don't know, but you're gonna hear it now. I do videography and photography, and I want to help passionate people with what they love doing, and that's how I'm switching it. I've been so stuck on I want to help passionate small businesses. And that's not a bad thing. And I think I just want to convey the fact that I want to help passionate people who love what they do and want to do that for their life. And so ultimately that usually leads to small businesses, but I think it's just saying that, I don't know, it just doesn't work. And so one of the things that I want to start trying to do is finding people who are just really passionate and making like a 3 to 5 minute video for them, and they can share it with whoever they want. We can post it everywhere, and it conveys that message just to tell people. It's like this whole thing was brought up from passion projects, like people who are doing something that they really love and want to share with people, and so that's what I want to do. That's the whole point of this. It's just an experiment, right? Like, it's not going to hurt me at all because it can't. And so that's one of the things that I'm doing, and that's kind of why this topic got brought up. And I was like, I want to talk about this because this is a very big hack that I don't think a lot of people do. A lot of people are not willing to experiment and diversify. They're just willing to stay in their own lane and be content with that. And you have to realize that you have to go for something. And if you don't, it's not going to be so great. Okay? So, all right, I want a show of hands. Yep, just put those hands up. Go down in those comments, put a hand up. I want to see by a show of hands how many of you want to see growth with whatever you're passionate about. Okay, go down. Put that hand up, or maybe where you are sitting right now, put your hand up or something, I don't know. Do you want to see growth with what you're passionate about? I sure hope you do. Like, then if you don't put your hand up, if you say no, then I want you to say, then why am I doing it? Because if you're not willing to go for it and you're not passionate about it, then you couldn't answer that. I don't know. It's really weird. So I want to see those hands up because we want to grow. We all want to grow, and that's why we're here. So that's where I'm going to leave you today. Thankful for each and every single one of you. You guys are awesome, and make sure you go hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I say subscribe, so I say it really weird. I'm sorry about that. But go hit that sub button for me and the bell for notifications, and also make sure to go like that video again. And if you can, make sure to share this with people that you know that might need this and encouragement for them today. So go do that right now. It's not that hard. Just go hit that share button. Okay, see you later.